How do you even notice that? Generic Control and the Antagonism here, back with another episode of Overanalyzing Avatar. Today we have the drill, which is the episode that I think I have seen the most of Avatar, because every single time I would turn on Nickelodeon and there were reruns of Avatar, most of the time it was the drill. So I've seen this episode a ton, which is a great episode. I absolutely love it. There's a lot of fighting and stuff like that going on, and just the sheer size, or I guess sheer, I said sure, but sheer size of the drill is insane. Also, Bossing Say, all that fun stuff. Last episode was the Serpent's Pass, which honestly isn't as bad as I was thinking it was going to be based off memory. I remember it being very corny, and in fact it was very corny. You can check my reaction to that video. I'll leave it right up there. Also, gonna link down below in the description. Also going to be playing this on my channel with all the other Overanalyzing Avatar reactions. Go into chronological order if you want to check those out. Going all the way back from the very beginning. We are over halfway done with the Avatar series, which is great. If you hear any birds outside, it's because my window's open, because it's 60 degrees outside. Actually, it's 69 degrees outside, which means it's like over 80, pushing 90 degrees in my room while I record videos. But shout out to the patrons, because they get the videos early. A lot of time on Pay-One channel. This series is an absolute just a pain to upload, because of how many times I have to re-edit and re-upload based off of YouTube's copyright system. So if you appreciate it, thank you so much for watching. I hope read every single comment, so leave them down below. But let's go ahead and jump into the drill. All right, we have the drill. And I'm just going to say, if you see any segments that are blurry, that's YouTube's copyright system. This series is my most difficult to do.
Show how it moves. I think that's really important. The closest thing we've had to this thing
what is the actual size?
And this is an enormous leap in technology from them.
Yeah.
So we get these establishing shots and showing how the drill moves and making it more realistic to the viewer. This drill would feel even more out of left field than it already is. I mentioned it in the Northern Air Temple video, but it's probably worth mentioning again. We can actually see in that episode that the mechanist is working on the schematics for the drill all the way back then. Speaking of the Northern Air Temple,
how many years has it been?
In that episode,
it would take forever to get that kind of technology.
The drill's metal shell is
Ow, your fucking hand, dude. Jesus, that would hurt.
May and Ty Lee, take the earthbenders out.
She's just keeping this up in the air with one finger and spinning it. Is
nice.
this a real knife trick?
I don't know.
This?
Is it?
Or is this just some cartoon magic? It's hard to say if Aang left with the sleeping bag still strapped to him, but he definitely didn't arrive on top of the wall with it. Still, though, he is with it as he reconvenes with the group. You know what's crazy? This is actually the first time we see Aang earthbend since the episode he learned it in. Bitter Work.
Really?
4 episodes ago.
What are you people doing here? Civilians aren't allowed on the wall.
Bro.
I'm the Avatar.
That we're just doing that.
Whoever's in charge.
Also, there were
That's
cabbage
the shit
slugs.
I like, Aang. I've actually noticed something with this
in
series
Cabbage
as a whole.
Dude's
We're past the
thing when it
halfway
got
mark
destroyed.
at this point, and pretty much as soon as we pass that point, Aang starts taking more responsibility, and the gang starts taking more fights. From this point on, they basically meet whatever fight they need to take head on. In the past, though, episodes mostly centered around them trying to escape conflict.
Yeah.
That's a gigantic shift from the first half of the show to the second, and it happens pretty much exactly at the midpoint, episode 31 of 61, where Aang messes up the sandbag.
Is there 61 episodes? I thought it was 60.
It was constantly running from Zuko and Zhao, and then that evolved into running from Azula. But then they took the Sandbender conflict, they fought the Serpent, they're about to take down the drill, they
which
square
is
up
crazy.
against the
Dude,
Dai
that
when that whole
massive.
thing comes to a head, and that carries on to season 3 as well. Except against Combustion Man, which makes sense.
Sparky Boom Man.
By just looking at them. You can actually see here what I assume to be the rocks that they throw down at Aang in the climax of the episode.
Many have tried to break through it, but none have succeeded.
Well,
What about the Dragon of the West? He got in.
That's a cool moment. It's nice that Toph brings up Iroh without even really knowing that she met him. Also, I heard someone say somewhere once that it makes sense that Toph is the one to bring up Iroh's seed, since she probably would have gotten a formal education being highborn and all, so she would know
in
about
the
it.
Earth Kingdom,
yeah,
too.
that makes sense. This telescope wasn't on this wall earlier, and honestly, I'm fucking pissed off about it.
I've sent an elite platoon of earthbenders.
They installed it.
Terror team.
If you look really closely here, you can actually see the Terror team on the ground about to head up with the drill.
I don't know if you have to look
so this
closely.
is always kind of weirded me out, right? May throws 12 entire ass knives here, and they all reach their target at roughly the same time. Now, if they were her weird hand arrow things, I'd be like, yeah, maybe her shooting contraption has a rapid fire option. Who knows? But 12 knives thrown at once? I don't know about that one, Chief. Oh, this guy took Toph's advice and just decided to bend 2 feet of rock upwards from underneath Ty Lee. Seriously, what does this attack even accomplish? Great
I have no idea.
For Ty Lee. It's really fun that she's always smiling.
Get him in the air.
This does make May seem like she's kind of useless, right? She doesn't really do anything in this fight at all.
Everyone
I
loves
think May
Ty Lee.
might seem useless because, well, in the grand scheme of things, she kind of is.
We're doomed.
The terror.
Get a hold of yourself, man.
The terror
I'm
squad.
about 99% sure that this is the only male-on-male, hand-to-face contact in the entire show. It definitely is when it comes to slapping or punching. I know that.
Really?
Pretty sure Nickelodeon wasn't too keen on the idea of having actual physical punching to the face in their show, so any contact like this has to be played off like a joke. They did sneak Zuko
fair.
kicking Sokka's skull in that one time, though, but
That
still,
was like
no
episode
punching,
1.
no punching, no slapping.
Why are you all looking at me?
You're the idea guy.
That's a lot of pressure.
And also the complaining guy.
That part I don't mind.
I feel like these kind of
That's
shots
accurate.
can just get filtered out by your brain. And what am I doing here if I'm not pointing that kind of thing out? This
That's
shot
really
is
close
actually
to
the
water.
opposite side of Full Moon Bay. We can see the ferry that Zuko and Iroh were riding on docked right here.
Oh.
Mr. Lee and Mr.
Lee.
Mushy, is it?
It's pronounced Mushi.
I love the idea that Iroh decided to stick with the name that Zuko gave him on the fly that one time.
And this is my
Yeah,
uncle.
it's fair.
Moochie.
I don't know why, but it's like, yeah, fucking own it, Iroh, you know?
You're pretty easy on the eyes yourself,
God.
handsome.
The animation on her stamping these passports is so bad. There's like nothing.
There's
no
nothing
animation.
there.
This little
Which
scene
makes
takes
sense.
place where injured soldiers are being tended to, right? And if you look in the background, you can actually see women that are dressed very similarly to the women from the Abbey that helped nurse Bato back to good health.
Oh.
Who did this to you?
Two girls ambushed us. One of them hit me with a bunch of quick jabs.
Well, they
This
know who
isn't
that
just
is.
some random dude, actually. This is the guy that was at the head of the terror team. Same facial hair and scar and everything.
Ty Lee. She doesn't look
Yeah.
dangerous, but she knows the human
Oh, no,
body
she
and
looks
its weak
dangerous.
points.
Yeah, the worst part is what she did to his foot, though.
Dude, where
Take it down.
is he wearing
from
socks?
inside.
You've got some pretty big ears, don't you?
He
Once
does.
I whip up some cover, you're not going to be able to see. So stay close to me.
What if they just like made like a ravine? You know, what if they just got a whole bunch of earthbenders and just made a
This is
moat
the exact
around?
same move that Toph used in her fight against all the wrestlers. Momo's tail actually inverts colors here really quickly in the shot.
Wait,
how
how?
does that happen? And it's mostly wrong. It's
Oh,
usually
wait.
black with white rings, but for the most part in this shot, it's the opposite. But the most confusing
Did
thing
they
is,
forget to
why
cover-
did it flash to being the correct colors for like less than a split second? How does that happen?
How
Look
do
at
you
his
even
torso
notice
right now.
that?
He can just throw people like that? Why are there valves on both sides of this 90-degree elbow? You only really need one there. That's pretty redundant.
That's a good question, actually.
Coldest tea in Ba Sing Se is more like it. What a disgrace.
Hey, can I talk to you for a second?
Go away, Jet. Go away. God. Hey.
In the background,
Don't like
where
it
Iroh
at
actually
all.
turns away so he can heat up his tea away from prying eyes.
Yeah,
Except for
I
these
remember
guys,
that one.
guess. They're loud. They're cool.
I said no. Have it your way.
And then, yeah. Ah.
Jet silently noticing is so cool. We know how much he hates firebenders, so this over-the-top but still
Well, I hate
somehow
you, Jet,
subdued
so-
reaction is such great visual storytelling.
We're gonna have to work pretty hard to cut through that.
What's this we stuff? Aang and I are going to have to do all the work.
Look, I'm the plan guy. You two are the cut stuff up with
Reminds me of
waterbending
Bert
guy.
Kreischer.
Yeah, I agree. What the hell, Katara? You can't look at Sokka and tell him his role on the team only for him to come through in
What
the
are you even
clutch
good
and then
for?
start whinging when your role on the team just so happens to suck at the moment. You at the very least can't
Why, if-
whinge directly at Sokka. You also wouldn't have all these flanges on this one long run of straight pipe
Yeah,
at all.
why?
This is just poor engineering. You gotta give me this. It's not often that Avatar
Maybe
crosses
they
over
had
something
to for
else I know
shipping
stuff
them?
about.
We're putting everything
Doesn't make
we've
any
got
sense,
into
'cause look at those
busting
giant
these braces,
I-beams.
But it's taking too long.
Maybe we don't need to cut all the way through. Toph has been teaching me that you shouldn't give 100% of your energy into
Okay.
any one strike. Sokka, take a fighting stance.
Sokka is a professional fighter. He does a very
yeah,
advanced
yeah,
technique here
exactly.
known as leading with your
That's Jake
chin.
Paul-
It's also
Jake
nice
Paul's
to see
next
that Aang is
opponent.
applying an earthbending way of thinking to his problem solving. It really makes us feel like he's learning and growing as a martial artist. Once again, not just physically, but mentally.
Everyone inside that wall, the whole world, is counting on us.
Well, yeah, the whole
The
world.
whole world minus the Fire Nation, that is.
He's right.
He's right. Yeah, he's
An
true.
engineer was ambushed. His schematics were stolen. War Minister, a brace on the starboard side has been cut clean through. It's
Yeah.
sabotage, sir.
Why is Ching so worried? None of this
I
is
don't-
his fault. Azula couldn't reasonably be angry with him, right?
It doesn't
Okay, I
matter.
don't care how
She's
good
not
you are at acrobatics,
reasonable.
Ty Lee, you still obey the laws of gravity. If she catches herself on this brace like
She
this,
cannot
she
just
just
stand
has
there.
to fall straight down. But luckily, we cut away, and then we don't have to think about it.
Guys,
Yeah, it's
get
fine.
out of here. I know what I need to do.
Wait! You need this water more than I do.
That remains to be seen at this point, actually, I would
Yeah,
say.
why?
So this pipe clearly ties into this pipe right here. But when Sokka opens this hatch and we see a shot from the inside, there's no hole from that pipe. See? May clearly still has her arrow shooter things. Why didn't they just have her use them earlier and make that other shot make way more sense? Also, in what world does flowing water carry big, heavy rocks like this with it? I guess this one. I guess there is precedent for them floating on water sometimes.
I don't know about rocks floating on water.
It should just be mud, right? Or just like wet clay. It's got that color. Either way, it's not that gross.
Yeah, it would be pretty gross. And water bending. Nope, get back in there.
So physically, if this water is still flowing in what I assume to be
holding it all back
at the end of this pipeline, just like rotating over and over, with Ty Lee just sitting here, she should probably be tumbling face first into this water over and over, right? Just like flipping
instead
constantly.
of just being stopped.
That would be pretty hellish torture, though, so I can see why they didn't do that. The rocks on top of the wall were a gray color earlier, and even in this one quick shot from a few minutes ago, but now they're the same yellowish brown color of the wall.
Oh, well, that's what we're talking about when they were throwing it at Aang.
What I'd give to be a metal bender.
Good, weird foreshadowing joke, Aang.
Imagine if Toph
I guess it's
had
smart
that.
to put the term metal bender in the viewer's head, especially after there have been so many times earthbenders have been specifically thwarted by metal. So, that's smart, I suppose. You know what's a really, really nice low-key touch? We can see here that the sun is setting behind Azula, who is looking towards the wall of Ba Sing Se, which means that the drill is coming from the west, the same direction that the sun is setting in, which is the direction that the Fire Nation is from Ba Sing Se.
That makes sense.
Like that is absolutely on purpose. Just so much love.
Is it really on purpose that it comes from the west?
Is awesome. We finally get to see Aang use 3 elements in combat, and it's really gratifying. It's fast-paced, and it never just falls into the trap of Aang and Azula just throwing things at each other. There's rocks falling from above. Aang does some actually really cool earthbending, and of course we get to see more of Azula's high-flying and powerful form of firebending.
No lightning though. I don't think she does lightning.
Gorgeous choreography. I don't think you can really ask for much more in an animated fight scene.
That's concerning.
So after they breached the wall, I guess the plan was just
back it up.
No, probably just drive straight through.
Back it up.
never go backwards again, according to Caboose.
It's fucking clobbering time, I'd say.
That's a Fantastic Four. What? That's a mess. That's hilarious. Somehow they both don't fall off this thing.
You're telling me that they bounced off the wall, then they slid for like 100 feet
before
going off to each side of the drill? I'm not 100% sure
When they just
that's
keep
how
going?
that would go exactly.
Now all I need is
a rock.
Actually, that is what I needed for once.
This is a good joke. So often things just keep going wrong for our little gang, so having Aang call out when something just so happens to work out feels really organic, actually. Which is crazy, because this is just a plot convenience, but them actually calling attention to the fact that it is a plot convenience made it a stronger moment somehow. That's wild.
The fact that it didn't break either, like that rock. That's such a cool little moment. Couldn't you just like throw a rock on it?
Dude, like the music and the visuals and Aang's yell, like, woo! What a climax to an episode, man. Honestly, one of the strongest, at least from a visual perspective, in the entire show.
I love
which
this
pairs
episode.
perfectly with the more emotionally driven climax of the previous episode. Did I mention that the Serpent's Pass and the drill
that wasn't
like a two-parter? These guys are genius.
Wait, really? First aired a two-parter?
Oh no, I hope no one was still in these trenches. Jesus.
They're all, they're dead.
Highly lucky Ty Lee height placement here. Once again, narrowly avoiding a horrible drowning. Holy shit, that's gotta be what, a 60, 70, 80 foot drop? I'm just saying, if Sokka fell off this or something, the show would not treat it like a fall he could just land on his feet.
Yeah, no. But because she's a bender. There's the family from the Serpent's Pass.
What a handsome baby.
You think Zuko notices here that this
no,
is the family
no way.
He's
seen so many people.
I just want to say, good effort out there today, Team Avatar.
Enough with the Team Avatar stuff.
Team 30 star.
No matter how many times you say it, it's not gonna catch on.
How about the Boomerang Squad? See, it's good because it's got Aang in it. Boomerang.
I kind of like that one.
This ending always makes me really happy for some reason. Maybe it's just the way it's
after
shot,
all
or
the
fact
chaos.
that it's just a group of friends just being a group of friends. I feel like it's just a nice way to
Feels
end
natural.
such an action-packed episode on something low-key like this. This is another great one. Like I said, this originally aired as a two-parter with the Serpent's Pass, and it's actually the exact opposite of it. Nearly the entire episode is problem-solving an immediate problem right in front of them, not dealing with things that have happened before.
The scene when he's running
stuff
down
in this
the
episode
wall.
at all. Even Zuko and Iroh's side of the story was just setting up the jet plot for Ba Sing Bossing Say. But once again, it's not any weaker for it, because we just got such a healthy dose of character stuff in the last episode. What a genius.
This really was a really well-balanced episode.
Seriously. It's so smart, man. The visuals are awesome, so's the music. Comedy's good when it needs to be. The only real negative is that Toph kind of gets sidelined again, but you gotta take the good with the bad, I suppose. She definitely has her moments to shine later.
Of course.
If you want to be 2 whole episodes ahead of the YouTube releases, you can support me on Patreon for just a few bucks. Link as
just a few bucks. Well, this tier's like $67, I think.
Fritz Sullivan, who is so hot he can fry an egg in his open palm. Keegan Scott, who might be the closest thing to a real-life Superman. I mean, I don't know. I haven't met everyone in the world, but I think he's the closest I know. Skylar, who looks the best in the color blue on the planet. And Zoompy, who went down to the local dog shelter and bought a comfortable 3-bedroom apartment in the suburbs for each one. Other huge shout-outs to my other top patrons: Be My Valentine, Bingo Dingo, Code Canut, Derek Cornwell, DJ Jax, Do Mutual Aid, Eleonora Rose, Garmer,
that's a lot of patrons.
Nicholas Abbott, Praker Gas, the most super of snippers, and Tiago Nascimento.
Dude, he had so many patrons.
City of
it's
Walls
crazy.
And Secrets, and we made it. We're in Bossing Say.
Yeah, we're about... Wait, this episode 2.9 million views? I mean, it is a banger thumbnail. That's crazy. I can't wait till we get to the hour episode. I really wonder what his least favorite episode's gonna be. I really have no idea what it's gonna be. Is it the Painted Lady? Is it? I don't know. It could be a Painted Lady. It could also be Appa's Lost Days. It wasn't the Great Divide or the Serpent's Pass, but the Drill is a great episode. I had no idea it was actually originally a 2-parter with the Serpent's Pass as well. Did not know that. I wonder why I didn't know that. Probably because I was a kid when I watched it. I'm not really sure. I just remember seeing the Drill so much. I've seen this episode probably the most of any episode. It was a great one. Hopefully this video wasn't an absolute nightmare for me to upload, because usually these videos, like, it takes like 2 days to get a version of this video that gets uploaded on YouTube. Like, it literally takes probably, if I had to guess, it probably takes more than 8 hours to do one of these videos, which is absolutely insane. But it's YouTube's copyright system being awful, because it tells me one segment's getting the video blocked, it's being blocked claimed by some other company, and then it'll be a different company, it's just an absolute nightmare we'll have to deal with. But I really enjoy this series, and you all do as well. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to reading your comments. I look forward to the next episode, which is City of Walls and Secrets, which will be out next week. But until then, take care and keep the music.